Alright, please excuse me for my appearance, but I just wanted to come up here and be obedient to what the Lord has asked me to do. This is a hard video to make, but I'm not going to keep any fillers in or, make things harder than it has to be. So, I had this encounter with the Lord last night, and what happened last night, it still brings me to tears right now. But I just wanted to come up here and confess because something that the Lord asked me to do for a while, I have not done. And in this season of being obedient to everything that the Lord is telling me to do, Lord, I just want to make it clear that I submit to you. I just pray, and I'm just so grateful for your forgiveness, for not following your words in previous seasons. Um, I just thank you for your forgiveness. I thank you for the blood that was shed on the cross that is allowing me to even be here to tell this testimony. And I just thank you, Lord. I just thank you. I thank you. And I thank you that even though you were crucified, that you rose on the third day. I know that Easter is coming up, y'all, and this is a season for me of dead things resurrecting again. And in this season, the Lord is allowing me to just remember who I am, without all of the titles, just aside from everything else that I found value in, to put it into smaller terms. But everything that I found value in, the Lord is erasing it. He's cleaning my slate, and He's allowing me to start fresh from the beginning. And in this video, I want to talk about me idolizing marriage and falling into deception because of it. Now, I am married right now. My husband and I have been together for a short time. We have 3 kids together. But I want to tell y'all about what happened the season before that. While I was preparing for marriage, because I felt that the Lord had told me to prepare, I don't believe that that was a lie. I know that the Lord has confirmed it to me. However, that was perverted by me idolizing my marriage and having an idea of who it was that I wanted it to be, thinking about men of God in a way that was not holy, was not pure. I fell into lust, um, and I mean the lust of the eyes, the lust of everything that you can imagine that did not have anything to do with actually having a physical relationship with anyone. And in the season of this, something that I would struggle with in the world was very vivid dreams, as well as like just these crushes. Now I know the meaning. I know a word for it, but I can't really think about it right now. But I will fall into this season, or I will fall into these crushes. And this is just me being completely transparent, because I believe that the Lord will, oh no. Oh, sorry, Lord. I believe that the Lord will use this to get to someone. But this takes a lot of courage, and I would have these um, strong crushes on people, to where I would start having dreams about them. To where this one time it got so bad, I had a crush on a guy when I was in the world, and I would go to his house, and it was like a chase. Like the lust was so heavy. Um, I used to chase the guy just for the chase, and then once I got him, it was like, okay, well, I don't want you anymore. There's nothing really more for me. Um, but before even getting the guy, I would go to his house, and I would just sit by his house outside his window and just like imagine myself with him and imagine all these things. And I caught myself in that again, not even knowing. Um, and in this season, before I got married, I would have these dreams about these guys, and I would be like vigilant about praying now that I was in the world. And I would be vigilant about praying against it, attacking them, blah, 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 blah. Not blah, 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 because this is important stuff. But I don't know what happened. There was a shift, and something happened where I got into a relationship with someone, and in that season, I became disobedient to what the Lord was asking me to do. And then I'm just trying to remember it because this is just off the top of my head, y'all. I couldn't delay it any longer, making up plans to, let me think about what I'm gonna say, and before you know it, it's months later, and now I'm being disobedient because the Lord Ben told me to put this video out, and I didn't. And if I'm honest, sorry, let me get back to the story. Something happened. I became disobedient to what the Lord was saying, and I just remember the Lord asking me too fast. And I remember I felt so much shame from being disobedient to that word that it was even hard for me to tell my friends around me that the Lord had asked me to fast, and I wasn't doing it. And in the season of me doing this, I had told my friends, or told a friend, who I thought that the Lord was telling me was my husband. Even though me and this person have never had a conversation. Truly, we've never been in an intimate relationship or anything like that because it didn't get there. But I would keep pestering because I felt so strongly that this was my husband. I felt so strongly. I would have vivid dreams. I would have people telling me certain stuff that would make me believe oh shoot, they said this, and this, and that's yeah, I would even see signs, you guys. The way that the enemy perverted all of this stuff, you would think that it was just something. I would even see signs. I would see trucks passing by with this person's name on it. And when I would ask the Lord for confirmation and all this stuff, I would see so many things that actually made me believe it. And yeah, long story short, I'm not sure what happened, but I do believe that I was in deception. And I know that because I was disobedient to what the Lord had told me to do when he told me to fast. That was my fault. It was my fault because I was disobedient. When the Lord told me to fast, it was because I was believing these things, and that the Lord wanted me to fast so that he could give me revelation from it. But I didn't. Until the very end of the prophecy, when I received from the Lord that I would be married in this time or whatever. And once the time was getting closer to it, once it was getting closer to the time, I'm just sitting here Lord, I'm feeling uneasy. And I don't know if this was when I actually started fasting, but something shifted in the spirit to where my eyes were opened. And I just felt you know what, Lord, I could finally relinquish it. And I remember telling my friend, I just feel so much peace because I'm just letting go of what I thought was going to be my outcome. And once I got to that point, I'm just well, as long as I have you, Lord, as long as I have you. And yeah, that's when my eyes opened, when I realized that I was no longer making this idea, this person that I thought I was going to marry, and all of the above, an idol above what the Lord was asking me to do. And I only got 1 minute, so I'm just going to keep it short. But I'm just urging you to, in this season, be vigilant. Be vigilant. If you are a woman of God, if you know that you have a purpose, if you know that you have a calling, if you know that you have something that everyone has something, that the kingdom needs, but people are going to get delivered because of your obedience to what the Lord is telling you to do in all of your seasons, just in your life. But be very vigilant, ladies. Be very vigilant. Cast down all idols. Don't put anything above the Lord. Like I said, it was my decision to do that. And you have a decision as well. So I'm praying that in this season that you're vigilant, that you hear the word of the Lord clearly and that you obey it.